let's talk about the African community. One thing I'll always remember growing up is, your African aunties, uncles, people close to you, and people who love you. They tell you, go to school, go get a college education, go get a plan B. You need a plan. What's your, I'll say, hey, what are you doing with your life? I say my dream, what I'm passionate about. Go get a plan B. Or they ask, what's your plan B? So we teach our children to go to church, but do we teach our children about faith? Do we teach our children, about having faith? And if we really believe, not even in church, but if we believe in God, you should know and have that ability to teach the power of God. And if you have the power of God, have the power of faith, you can't teach your child to live in fear and say, think of a plan B. You are a God, you have faith, the same way you have faith in the Bible and the same way you have faith going to church, have faith that you can achieve your dreams. So as we teach this, have a plan B and go to school and get a college education out of fear, but we're not preaching faith.
Yeah, so the reason is the fear. So we know we believe in God, but we have the fear in ourselves. So and that fear, it comes because also the situation we are in, especially back home. So we are fear because the majority we live in poverty. The majority we live in unstable government. Always we have been living consistently in wars, in some things you can't know what life is going to come to tomorrow.
But we go to church the most.
Yes, because of fear. So that is why. So to go to church is just fear. It's where you go to think, people go to listen to you. It's where people they go to, feel more comfortable. Yes. So it's a therapy. Church is a therapy. Church, you see, here the psychiatrist, everything there. So back home, church. The pastor, he does everything. He counseling marriage. Never, he does counseling people who have stress, everything there. So the priests, they have everything in the church, even though they are not qualified to do that. So that's why the difference here and back home. So everything's always we have fear. And the fear, when you have faith, always you have fear. That's why you think everything, God help us, God help us. But we forgot God, it's in our mind. And when we use our mind every day, some things come. See, this is the change. So this is the different me, because I've been having that fear. And the fear, I'm related with anyone else, the fear to think, I'm going to make it tomorrow. I'm going to do what I'm going tomorrow. But now when you start learning this at the new translation, everything's within with you. You have to think with your mind. You have to think what you want. You have to keep focus for what you're feeling to have. And then you could be reached there. So, but because of that fear now, that's why God say, you have plan B. So because when you tell your parents, say, I want to be like this, they say, why? Especially when it's a big thing. So they want, don't dream big or dream like 50-50, dream what you're going to do or dream have a job. See, when you do big one, everybody's scared. Say, if you can't make it, you have to have plan B. See, the plan B is just to be worried, because if plan A doesn't work, you can start another plan A. See, but we have been having that fear. That is why always we keep, you have to have something on the side.
And it's crazy because like when I was growing up, because I was so passionate about what I was doing, I never understood that concept. And I was lucky because when I think about it, you guys as parents, you never really said that. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna go do this, and okay, go for it. What do you need? And you guys would support me. And even though you guys were sometimes living out of, I'm not saying a fear mindset, but it's out of a survival. Like, we're doing this, we're just going by our day, we're, paying our rent, just living life in Australia. But at the same time, we're supporting you guys. But I never really felt that, and maybe it was how passionate I was. But as I grew up and I'd speak to relatives and, but what's your plan B in life? I never used to understand. And sometimes I would even lie just to say something because I didn't want to entertain that conversation, because I didn't want their doubt and their fear of maybe what other people, even just, as I said, they're doing it from love, but that fear, I didn't want to inject into my mind, even with friends. So I would just lie sometimes. My plan B is to do this, but I knew plan A all the way. And I think when you go with that faith and know, and you have that power that I am God, there is no need for a plan B. What do I want to do? And I and my mind will go and do it. no matter what. And if it doesn't work out the way I want it to, something magnificent will, like you said, that other plan A will come out because of that desire.
But you remember, everything had to come from your mind. Your mind is going to bring another idea to continue to do. That has worked. Everything you do come from your mind. And that's why you see all our mind are connected.